continuous learning with amazing community. Today, we have an average of 5 free technology events every day. We are deeply dedicated to providing access. All of our programming is free or scholarship accessible. YouTube, we have a YouTube channel which has increased the availability to provide access to our members by making Women Who Code content available on demand. In the Women Who Code podcast booth, we talk with technology leaders around the world about their journeys in the industry, their love of technology, trending innovations, the future of work, and ways that we can improve diversity, equality, and inclusion. Women Who Code track communities are fellow-led and build deep learning experiences, connecting communities and content across the globe. And we are Women Who Code Silicon Valley. We have hosted over 600 events since 2014. Women Who Code Silicon Valley is a branch of the Women Who Code global community. We have over 7,300 members in our Silicon Valley network. We provide workshops, lightning talks, networking opportunities, career upskilling, and more, all hosted by many of the amazing Silicon Valley volunteers throughout the years. And we're looking for more volunteers. So we can be reached at sv@womenwhocode.com. You can reach me at jodycollins@womenwhocode.com. And a big thank you. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to James. And Daniel, you're up.
Thank you, Jody. Now, the other musicians have been able to play these last 3 years, but there isn't a lot of call for a slide advanced keyboard, so I appreciate her letting me warm up with her. Tonight's show, you're going to hear some of your favorites. I know you'll be able to sing along with those. You're going to hear a few new songs, and you're going to hear some new lyrics to some of your old favorites. They've been updated for some, well, you'll see. You'll see. Those of you, you know how much this band cares. When this band sings I Love You, they mean it to each and every one of you. This is the heart-stopping, chart-topping, live near WWDC 23. Please welcome James Dempsey and the Breakpoints.
Hello world's a friendly little string, shouting out to everything. Hello world, I'm glad to be here with you. Hello world is what you're gonna write when you're a programming neophyte. Hello world, I'm writing some code for you. Bridge! It can be daunting. New technology is taunting you. Don't get downhearted, just get started with a line or two. Type it out, hello world, is how you're gonna greet
Hello world!
every new programming language you meet.
Hello world!
Hello world, hope you're glad to meet me too. Hello world, now don't be surprised. Hello world can be localized. It's a great big world to say hello to. Bridge! Your mind is reeling and you're peeling in over your head. Hey, no delaying, just start playing with some code instead. Happy now, hello world. It's short and it's sweet.
Hello world.
Add a little bit's gonna repeat.
Hello world.
Hello world into infinity.
Hello world.
Hello world into infinity.
Hello world.
Hello world into infinity. Hello world. How is everybody doing tonight? Excellent. Welcome to Live Near WWDC 2023. A big round of applause for Jody from Women Who Code. Thank you all so much for supporting our beneficiary, Women Who Code. Thank you so much for coming out. What a week it has been. Just a couple of minor announcements. So let's hit that. Welcome to San Jose. It's my hometown. And welcome to San Pedro Square. Yes. Let's get started, or let's do another song here. One that, it's a feature in Swift you've all run into now and again. So let's do that one now. Well, hell and optional contains a value or just empty space. If nothing's there, you won't miss it, 'cause your code is explicitly handling either case. A type that is optional is like a programmatic shot in the dark. Well, you're never quite certain something's behind the curtain, so the type has a question mark. Whoa, providing default values may have you stressing. Use the operator for nil coalescing. That double question mark can be quite a blessing to you. Whoa, with complicated instance graphs has you complaining. You can traverse them tersely with optional chaining, calling methods, properties, and subscripts pertaining to you. Now it's solo optional, coming up right after this verse. Well, if there's no one to sound it, we'll if-let around it and carry on none the worse. Oh, but ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a soloist on keyboard, Mr. Ken Case. Take it away in... Let's hear it for Mr. Ken Case. It was black tie optional as I attended that swanky affair. As I approached VIPs in my cut-off dungarees, I felt the guard throw me out of there. Oh, folks, it's about to get incredibly dramatic in here. In 1, 2, 3, 4. You might think you are being resourceful, unwrapping optionals in ways that are forceful. But build and run, you may soon be remorseful as it all comes crashing down. That exclamation point should make you wonder, am I committing a programming blunder? One little nil tears your whole app asunder as it all comes crashing down, crashing down. All comes crashing down. Soon you'll be finding you should be optional binding. It was clothing optional as I stepped onto the beach, while my eyes got their fill of folks dressed up in nil. I kept my towel well within reach. Now you know in optionals, a strongly typed wrapped up little gift. The moral of this optional story is they're mandatory when you're coding in Swift. The moral of this optional story is they're mandatory when you're coding in Swift. Thank you. And let's hear it once again for Mr. Ken Case on keyboard. Now, when he's not playing keyboard with the Breakpoints, Ken also has a day job. Let's go to the next slide. At Omni. Omni has been a great sponsor over the years. They're a gold sponsor this year, and I just wanted to give them a shout out. Are people familiar with Omni stuff? Yes. So I run my life on OmniFocus, currently on the OmniFocus 4 beta. I've been running on that for a while, but I've been using OmniGraffle, OmniOutliner. The only thing that I haven't been using is OmniPlan, but after putting the show together this year, I think I'm gonna have to move to OmniPlan. There's a lot of moving parts. So you're all familiar with Omni. With all of our sponsors tonight, including Omni, please go check out their website, see what they have to offer. They really support the show. It wouldn't happen without our sponsors, and they're asking for a bit of your attention. So check them out. They're great stuff. Join the test flight for OmniFocus 4. It's been pretty awesome. Anyway, I'm about to say any questions, but doesn't really make sense. So from that happy note of Omni and their fantastic apps, I'm afraid we're going to have to hear some sad, sad chords. Because, ladies and gentlemen, folks in the audience, a long time ago, many years ago now, something happened to me, personally. And as soon as it happened to me, I wrote this very song. Now, it's happened long enough ago that some of the references of this song might be a little old. But the feeling, every time, gets me right here. Because this is something that has happened to you or someone you love. This is something that happens to millions of people around the world every day. And we'd like to do that song for you now. Almost dropped my iPhone 5 on the gray stone floor of the Apple Store. Yeah, almost dropped my iPhone 5. The geniuses could see my near calamity. Almost dropped my iPhone. Almost dropped my iPhone. Almost dropped my iPhone 5. Yeah, almost dropped my iPhone. Almost dropped my iPhone. Almost dropped my iPhone 5. A look of shock was on my face. I thought of the money spent as I watched its descent. It wasn't even in a case to save me from despair. I caught it in midair. Caught it in midair, yeah. Without a moment left to spare, yeah. Caught it in midair, yeah. My fumbling fingers found it there, found it there. Does it piss off Johnny Ive as Denson scratches malign his pristine design? Almost dropped my iPhone. Almost dropped my iPhone. Almost dropped my iPhone 5. Yeah, almost dropped my iPhone. I almost died, no. Almost dropped my iPhone 5. Yeah, almost dropped my iPhone. I almost dropped my iPhone. Almost dropped my iPhone 5. Yeah, almost dropped my iPhone. I almost died, no. Almost dropped my iPhone 5. Almost dropped my iPhone. Almost dropped my iPhone 5. Thank you. We're going to sing a song that's not about such a momentary story of loss and momentary redemption. A little happy song we call, are we ready? The accessibility song. Oh, wait, before we do the accessibility song, I have to tell you about MartianCraft. Because another gold sponsor, MartianCraft, they've been a sponsor of our show for many years. They've been a great supporter of the community. And MartianCraft is fantastic. They've been doing mobile development since, I think, before the iPhone. And so if you are doing anything, your team needs a little extra help getting over the finish line for a project, there's a chunk of work that you just don't have the resources to do, MartianCraft is the folks to bring in to help you out. They've been doing this for years. They're time-tested and well-trusted. So first, let's give a round of applause for MartianCraft for supporting the show. And yeah, let's check them out. You'll also see a handout from MartianCraft. Give that a read. It's a very nice postcard, too. High-quality paper. It's very nice. It came in, I was like, oh, this is impressive. That's the kind of high-quality work you can expect from MartianCraft. It's true. They will never sponsor again. Please go visit their website. I can't help but be humorous at times, but it's a very nice postcard. All right, on to other things. One thing that MartianCraft can help you with would be helping you make your app accessible. That's a segue. Your application is a tiny little server of information of its user interface. It dishes out the dirt with such a quiet fervor, you might not even realize it's taking place. VoiceOver gets a lightweight representation of your app's UI elementary. Then it's just elementary, my dear Watson. Your app's an open book, no more mystery. Some folks ain't got much use for bitmaps on screens. They get the lay of the land through this alternate means. If you want to build your app for maximum utility, take a little time, implement accessibility, and tell the story of your application. Describe the glory of its interface so that we know sight unseen what's going on the screen. And share your app with the whole human race. Well, there's an object behind each UI element. UI accessibility methods compute the response to each request that VoiceOver sent for any action or attribute. VoiceOver also registers to be notified. Things are happening blow by blow, like when elements change where they reside, or view controllers come and go. For standard controls, this is all built in. You write a view of your own. We need your help for the win. This isn't rocket science in some government facility. Take a little time, implement accessibility, and tell the story of your application. Mind the glory of its interface so that it's easy as pie to automate your UI. Share your app with the whole human race. And now, ladies and gentlemen, on flute, Summer Panage, Senior Engineering Manager, doing accessibility at Slack. Well, a picture is worth 1,000 words, they say. I don't believe that ratio anymore. 'Cause just a word or two goes such a long, long way to describe what an icon is for. You can set those descriptions to suit your style. You can set them right in IB. Or if you're suffering from storyboard denial, do it programmatically. Yeah, regardless of the way you get things done, you know accessible apps really have more fun. It's been rumored to greatly enhance your versatility, so take a little chance, implement accessibility, and tell the story of your application. Describe the glory of its interface so that we know sight unseen what's going on the screen. And we the power to automate your UI, and we've every detail that you should render in Braille. Share your app with the whole human race. Thank you. All right. We have one more gold sponsor for our event, and that is NAMI. Have people heard of NAMI? Probably less than heard of Omni. Although almost the exact same letters in different order. All right, so NAMI, they're relatively new, and that's one of the reasons they're sponsoring is to help spread the word. NAMI specializes in StoreKit and subscription conversions. They have a built-in A/B testing framework so you can figure out which way you connect best with your customers or potential customers, getting them to click through. And they're completely Swift UI based. So they're very happy about the announcements of this week. And again, as with all our sponsors, I highly recommend going to check out their website. We want to see a spike in traffic. Yeah. So a big round of applause for NAMI for their support. So Swift data. Just 2 words gets that response. The next song we're going to do was the first and possibly only song ever written about core data. Specifically for core data. And from what I've seen so far, there might be only like one thing in the song that might get invalidated by Swift data. But only one. But it's a big thing. So who knows, this may be the very last time. No, it won't be. It might move to the oldies in the second set, but we'll hear it again. It's a little something called Modeling Man. I said, a modeling man, I'm a modeling man. They say, hey, are you in modeling? I said, oh, yes, I am. But there's no catwalk involved in the modeling I do. There's no demand for me to try that kind of modeling, too. Some people want a data model for a new application. Don't want to write a lot of code. Simply use configuration to refine the data type with each new iteration as they build a prototype with persistence automation. Some people want a data model but prefer one in fashion. If you're a data model, that's an interest and passion. If you're a dreamer with a schema, you can usually cash in those who ain't got the looks and your clothes, they are clashing. Modeling man, I'm a modeling man. I'll lay it all out so that you'll understand. You'll have the terminology and concepts at your command, so you can also be a modeling woman or man. Well, the managed object model, also known as the MOM, describes a data model that your app acts upon. You can build your data model as pretty as you please, adding items to the model known as entities. Well, an entity's alright by me, it's what a thing's supposed to be. What type, what sort, what class, what kind, whatever you might have in mind. Pick a name, map to a class, now your model's grown fast. Work some more and come to grips with attributes and relationships now, baby. Now you're modeling too. Oh yeah. I said, baby, what more for a modeling man to do? An attribute or relationship is known as a property. No, not the kind that they use in Monopoly. Use them terms with precision, doils and sloppily. All confusion will ensue like episodes of Three's Company. Well, a modeling man, I'm a modeling man. He say, hey, you in modeling? I say, oh, yes, I am. There's no photographers involved in the modeling I do. I got turned down by everyone I sent my headshot to. An attribute's a simple value, string, number, or date, or some big old blob of data that's contained in some state. You can mark a transient if you don't care about its fate. Otherwise, it will persist in data stores that you create. Two entities can be connected, kind of joined at the hip. The formal name for this arrangement is a relationship. One object references the other, so we can't give it the slip. The inverse reference is maintained for all convenient round trip. I say, modeling man, I'm a modeling man. They say, are you in modeling? I say, oh yes I am. But don't come knocking if it's rocking in the back of my van. Probably wrestling with relationships I don't quite understand. All right, let's slow it on down. I said a modeling man, I'm a modeling man. They say, are you in modeling? I say, oh yes I am. It's not too glamorous at all, this kind of modeling, it's true. But I've even seen a supermodel build some apps like we do. Thank you. So before we move on, we have one silver sponsor, Relay FM. Just want to give them a quick shout out, a round of applause for Relay FM. Hopefully some of your podcasts are on that podcast network. If not, give them a listen. They have some fantastic podcasts all about tech, all about the stuff's going on in the world. So a big thanks to Relay FM. So I was out kind of looking at, I forget, it was like a rummage sale, it was like an antique store, and they had this big box of old sheet music, like from the 1900s, like 1910, 1908. And I came across this interesting piece of sheet music. So if we hit the slide, it's called, for a song called My Beautiful Mutable Shared State. Which was really odd since it was like written in 1906. But we just found it this weekend and rehearsed it up, so we'd like to do a version of that for you now.
Beautiful, mutable, shared state. I don't know how to begin. I decline to resign to the sad fate of the trouble that you get me in. Oh, my beautiful, mutable, shared state, with references all over town. Well, my back was turned and then later I learned you mutated your state all around. Oh, my beautiful, mutable, shared state, I might just show you the door by adjusting my preference for types with a reference and valuing values much more. By adjusting my preference for types with a reference and valuing values much more.
Now, as you might imagine, this is a very strange rummage sale. Also in that box, I came across this. But I thought, you know, what better way to express things about 3D graphics than a madrigal? Well, wait a minute. No, that doesn't sound quite right. So, because, you know, when the framework itself is called metal, a madrigal starts with an M, granted, but a madrigal might not be the way to go. And in fact, this is the first time we'll be playing the next song without Jim Dalrymple. He's retired. He's still with us. He's just not in the show. But no, Jim had been a long time fixture at WWDC. Monday night would be the Beard Bash. Anybody know the Beard Bash? Yes. Kicking off the first of all the lovely nights at Dub Dub. And so really this next song was written as a combination of wanting a metal song for Jim to play on and having a framework called metal. So it's a song called Right to the Metal. Now, Jim not here. You met Pavan on Almost Dropped My iPhone. Let's hear it for Pavan. This is his debut as a Breakpoint. Give him a big round of applause. And in fact, when Pavan was first getting started in the tech industry, he would write some blog posts, that when you're brand new, you're not getting a lot of attention. And Jim Dalrymple came across them and highlighted them on the loop. So there's a connection between these two, even they're facing each other right here. It's kind of crazy. So we do this song, I don't say in memory of Jim, that sounds terrible, in honor of Jim. But we're going to do Right to the Metal. This is also an audience participation song. There's one word you have to say, just one, but you have to say it in the most metal voice with the, you got to do it that way. And leading you in that will be TJ. Let's hear it for TJ. And with that, let's get right to the metal.
Very metal. It was very metal. It's been a rough night. Partying, all those things.
Oh, yes. Courtesies, my pipeline's processing millions of fantasies. Oh yeah, millions of fantasies. You got some powerful hardware you want to expose with API that takes you as low as it goes. Yeah, yeah. As low as it goes. What you wanna do, you're gonna ride. Right to the middle, right to the middle, right to the middle, never gonna slow you down, never gonna slow you down. Command, put it on the cue, cause a command's gotta do what a command's gotta do, yeah, yeah. Well, you wanna throw some shade, but don't wanna be a hater, got it already made, with a brick and bile shader, yeah, yeah. What we gonna do, we're gonna ride Now it's your turn. What we gonna do? We're gonna ride right to the meadow, right to the meadow, right to the meadow. Never gonna slow you down. Let's do it one more time. We're gonna ride right to the meadow, right to the meadow, right to the meadow. Never gonna slow you down. Apparently, I'm in a loud environment. So this next song
is even more metal.
If you've heard the band before, you've probably heard this one, or at least the melody of this one. Because sometimes a song can express an old love, an old tried and true relationship. But other times, a song can express a new love. So we'd like to do a little country western song for you. Are we ready? I don't think we're quite ready. That's okay. One could argue the subject of this song wasn't quite ready when it started either. What? Are we waiting or are we good? All right, we're good. I love you. I love you. Yeah, from the first time that I saw you, I just knew that my life would change forever in so many things I do. So let me take this moment just to say that I love you. Swift UI view. With love it used to be imperative to share my every need. As a detailed stepwise narrative how my partner should proceed. But with you it's so much easier. I just say I do declare. You respect my declarations and render my UI with care. I love you. I love you. And all conforming types within your retinue. Look it up. Sometimes I take for granted all those many things you do. So let me count some reasons why I say that I love you. Well, you got buttons and sliders, spacers and dividers. You never seen a rumor in an Apple Insider. H stacks, V stacks, back to front Z stacks. The name of the game is frame for height and width. Me and Max making with the dark mode, scrolling through a wide load, dynamic type adjustments without a lick of my code. Another thing nice is you work across devices and got accessibility too. I love you. I love you. That's why it's a simple love, not much hullabaloo. I once sent you a greeting card by Maya Angelou. The words were mighty flowery, but the gist was I love you. Sometimes you can be primitive, as basic as can be, and sometimes so sophisticated with composed complexity. You adapt to your surroundings anytime you hit the scene. Yeah, like hanging out in bars, that's mainly two bars that I mean. Mainly, yeah, and you're so animated with vivacity and verve, updated transforms in opacity along the timing curve. You adjust your destination if a change should come about. Easing into situations, then you smoothly ease on out. I love you. I love you. That's why I have your API as a tattoo. Your body has some modifiers, so I modified mine too. I'm running out of places to display that I love you. Well, I was spending my days setting my ways. Suddenly you come along. Spun me around, finally found you, got me singing a different song. I love you. I love you. Let me tell you one thing more, just entree new. Yeah, I know we'll grow old together, but my love will still feel new. 'Cause each passing year gets better since I fell in love with you. I love you. Thank you very much. Now, before we do the next song, I just do want to point out, actually, no. That would be, I was about to refer to the screen. So, the show poster this year features this bird, and a number of people said, "What's with the bird?" And I said, well, you know, if you were a swooping sort of logo for a programming language, you might occasionally want to just perch somewhere and listen to some music. So that's who that bird is without violating any trademarks or copyrights. And I also found a surprising number of Swift developers did not realize that there actually is a type of bird called a swift. All right. So this next song is going to be our last song of the set. So once the set's done, grab a drink. We're going to try to keep it to about a 10-minute intermission. Past years, it's gone like 40 minutes. But we don't want to do that. We only have the room for so long, and we have a number of songs in the second set to get through. So let's begin with a little auto layout. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I used to set every frame by hand, with every size and origin neatly planned. All of that arithmetic could be a bore. I didn't want to write that code anymore, so I moved to auto layout. It's gonna calculate its way out. Just set it up and let it play out on your retina display. Yeah, take some time just to cogitate how all the geometry of all them views should relate. And each relationship's defined as a little constraint, a mathematical expression of what is and what ain't. And that's the core of auto layout. You take the good part of a day out, make sure that those constraints convey out exactly what you mean to say. For things like labels and image views, oh, how it tries to fit your view to its content's intrinsic size. Content hug and keeps your view from being elongated. Content compression resistance keeps it untruncated. Auto layout, it's gonna calculate its way out. Set it up and let it play out as it adapts along the way. You might take a certain sort of pride when all of your constraints can be satisfied. But don't congratulate your mental acuity till you've eliminated every ambiguity. No, don't confuse the auto layout. Get every doubt and shade of gray out. All those constraints are gonna spray out and leave you views in disarray. It's a system of linear inequalities that can bring developers to their knees, shouting out to Xcode, please, 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 help me set the right constraints and priorities. It's all the layout. Sometimes some expletives may spray out, but in the end it's gonna pay out, and it adapts along the way. Is everybody having a good time tonight? Excellent, we're having a fantastic time up here. So as I said, we are going to take a brief break. First, thank you so much for coming out to support Women Who Code. Give yourselves a round of applause. And again, another round of applause for all of our sponsors. We're going to be back in about 10 short minutes with some more music and fun. But for now, we're going to bring it on home. It's a system of linear inequalities that can bring developers to their knees, shouting out to Xcode, please, 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 help me set the right constraints and priorities. It's all the layout. It's gonna calculate its way out. Yeah, set it up, let it play out. On your retina display, yeah, yeah, it's all the layout. Gonna calculate its way out. Yeah, set it up, let it play out. On your retina display, yeah, yeah, it's auto layout. Thank you. And we'll be back shortly. do, do. Do, do. All right. There's nothing to. We don't need them. Was there a test to put the code through its paces to check correctness of each of its cases? Cause it just might avoid some red faces to not ship the problem at all. Go to fail, go directly to fail, jump over code that you should execute. Go to fail, go directly to fail, code left unreachable and destitute. Go to fail. Whoa, go to fail. Whoa, go to fail. Some coding style to help you cover your bases. Don't use conditionals without curly braces. You can't afford to rent all those white spaces. They cost you nothing at all. Go to fail, go directly to fail with language features not the best ones devised. Go to fail, go directly to fail. Now your security has been compromised. Go to fail. Whoa, go to fail. Whoa, go to fail. Would the bug be gone if you recompiled with more warnings on? Recompile, it's so easy to do, and you think all's good, but it all falls through. Ooh, go to fail. Ooh, epic fail. Don't think your own code is some bug-free oasis. It's probably screwed up in a couple of places. Cause the perfection that each of us chases is just a mirage after all. Go to fail, go directly to fail. We've all been there and vow never again. Go to fail, go directly to fail. But over time we let our guard down and then go to fail. And sometimes you go to fail. Whoa, go to fail. Sometimes you go to fail. Thank you. Go to fail, of course, being a famous bug in some Apple code a while back. That is no longer possible to make that mistake in Swift. Entire classes of bugs suddenly become impossible. Oh. How's everybody doing? Spirits high? That is good. So the next song, it's been around for a little while. It's a design pattern. Perhaps I don't know, progenitor of many design patterns. It's the one you probably first learned when you started working on Cocoa or UI kits, if that's where you came into this mix. Are we ready? All right. Let's do a little model view controller. MVC's a paradigm for factoring your code into functional segments so your brain does not explode. But to achieve reusability, you gotta keep those boundaries clean. Model on the one side, view on the other, the controllers in between. Model view, it's got 3 layers like the Oreos do. Model view, creamy controller, yeah. Model objects represent your application's raison d'etre. Custom classes that contain data logic and etc. Well, you create custom classes in your app's problem domain. Then you can choose to reuse them with other views, but the model objects stay the same. You can model a throttle in a manifold. Model the title of a 2-year-old. Model a bottle of fine Chardonnay. Model all the glottal stops people say. Model coddling or boiling eggs. You can model the waddle in Hexley's legs. Model view. Yeah, Hexley's a reference from 2002. Model view. Controller, yeah. Model view. You can model all the models of pose for GQ. Model view. Dreamy controller, yeah. View objects tend to be controls used to display and edit. Well, Coco's got a lot of those, well written to its credit. Now take a Coco text view, hand it any old Unicode string. User can interact with it, it can hold most anything. Oh, but if you don't know about the model, that string could be a phone number or the works of Aristotle to keep the coupling loose. And so achieve a massive level of reuse. Model view. On a retina display, you know it's all times 2 or more. Model view, controller, yeah. Bridge. I bet you're wondering now. I bet you're wondering how data flows between model and view. Well, the controller has to mediate between each change in state. Synchronize the data of the two. Yeah, it pulls and pushes every change value. Yeah. Model view. Yeah, mad props to the small talk crew. Model view, controller, yeah. Model view. Swift UI does not quite do. Model view, controller, yeah. Controllers know the model and view very intimately. They gotta know just enough to do all the right stuff in this menage a three. They got a lot on their plate, also have to integrate OS functionality. In their coordinating role, they give you a rapid soul, making it all that it can be. Model view, notification, delegation, target action to model view, controller, yeah. Model view. Now you can claim to be an MVC guru. Model view, controller, yeah. Model view, model view, model view, controller, yeah, yeah, yeah. Model view. So, earlier this year, the Steve Jobs Archives released a book, Make Something Wonderful. Are people familiar with this book? Yes. It's a great book. I've been reading it. It also inspired our own Shloka Kinney, who's been playing guitar for you all night. Big round of applause for Shloka. You have to excuse her, she's very shy. Very shy. It inspired Shloka to write a song, Make Something Wonderful, that is to the tune of Some Kind of Wonderful. All the makes and the wonderfuls gel in my head into one fused mass. To the tune of Some Kind of Wonderful by Grand Funk Railroad. And so, Shloka, if you do the honors.
Whew. Now I think I'm gonna do a little bit of walk. How's everybody doing today? Oh, not that great, huh? I said, how's everybody doing today? Oh, that's wonderful. Now you see, here's the problem. You'll see we are a little bit sparse up here. We're gonna need your help. So I'm gonna need you all to clap. Now come on. And the wonderful thing is we have got a drummer here so none of you can get any faster. Isn't that great? Here we go. I didn't need a big fancy office. Yeah, we worked out of my garage. Now it should be easier to get a computer than assembling all these parts. I believe there is more in store if everyone could see it too. A dream that I have to put something back. Yeah, it's time to shoot for the moon. Yeah, we're crazy, but we were right. A revolution that's clean out of sight. All together now let's make something wonderful. Sing along, here we go. Make something wonderful, yes we did. Make something wonderful, yeah we did. Now, hold up, it's 2001, I think different now. I see something new that's oh so small. Now it'll put 1,000 songs in your pocket and bring music to us all. But hey, wait, there's just one more thing, a World Wide Web to explore too. And let's add a phone so you won't be alone. Hello, is that you? Now we're crazy, but we were right. And our future is oh so bright. All together now let's make something wonderful. Yeah. Make something wonderful. Yes, we did. Make something wonderful. Yeah, yes, we did. Now, come on. Can I get a witness to this business? Can I get a witness to this business? Can I get a witness now? Make something wonderful, yes we did. Make something wonderful, yeah we did. Make something wonderful, yeah. Oh, I can't hear them. I think we're gonna need to cut out that bass. All together now let's make something wonderful. Make something, oh I can't hear you. Make something wonderful, yes we did. There we go, now let's bring the bass back in. Here we go now. Make something wonderful. Oh, I can't hear you, come on. Make something wonderful. Because we're gonna keep making on something wonderful.
Make something wonderful.
And we're gonna keep having a vision to the future. Come on now. Make something wonderful. Yeah. Make something wonderful. Oh, yes, we did. Make something wonderful. Yeah, we did. Come on, one more time, last time. All together now let's make something wonderful. Yeah. Make make something wonderful. Yes, we did. Make something wonderful. Oh, yes, we did. Make something wonderful. Last time, come on. Make something wonderful. Thank you, James. Thank you, everybody.
Slokakini, everybody. Another round for Slokakini. So I was at Apple during the days when Steve Jobs was there. And as a matter of fact, I was at Apple when I wrote the very first one of these songs a long time ago. At this point, a few persistence frameworks ago. The first song that I wrote was something called the Fetch Spec song about a framework called EOF, the Enterprise Objects Framework. I guess we're not all dead. That's good to know. So anyway, it being the very first song that I ever wrote, it's near and dear to me. So I'd like to do that song now. But first, since of course, you know, it's from an old framework, let's turn on those subtitles. We go in here and, okay, go ahead. Click on that. Oh wait, I never saw that option before. I mean, we've been doing core data subtitles for a while now, but Swift data, let's turn on the Swift data subtitles. Yes. Head on back. Because the problem with the Fetch Spec song is that the concepts are exactly the same for the third persistence framework in a row. But they keep changing the names and screwing up my rhymes. I filed a feedback. Please pick new names that match my song. It's duped out against somebody else's bug. All right, let's play. We're here to fetch specification. Object you want to display, yeah. Well, I said, what kind of objects are they gonna be? Well, you gotta specify the entity, and the criteria for what you desire. You're gonna wrap that all up into a qualifier. And don't forget about the sort order rings, determines the order of objects the fetch spec will bring. Just a side note, this was the first song I wrote. I learned not to put one of those in the middle of a song right off the bat. 2, 3, 4. Who's gonna fetch for you? Don't be perplexed. Well, it's just an object editing context. Well, that editing context, it is your pal. You can think of it like an EO corral. Well, EOs, you get back an array of the ones that you chose. EOs, you make a change to one, the editing context it knows. Well, that fetch spec, it helps you specify those objects you want to fetch. as its name implies. A fetch spec, it helps you stipulate those objects you want to fetch and then manipulate. This was a little song about EOF. I hope you get the gist. It's a framework that helps your objects persist. It helps your objects persist. The OBC version was missed. It never made it to Swift. It helps your objects persist. It helps your objects persist. Thank you. It rocks. So, 2 years ago, I wrote a song, released on video during the pandemic. It was the 20th anniversary of me writing that song. And it wasn't about a particular framework or technology in particular. It was about the things that I've come to see as important in my time here on Earth and in the industry, and on Earth in the industry. So I'm going to do that song for you now. It's called Future Proof. How's that? Is that good? My, how we try to use the latest API, trying to keep our code base from being too outdated. Move away from everything that's been deprecated. But then one day, you know, you'll stumble on the truth. Ain't nothing future-proof. Ain't nothing future-proof. My, oops, whoa. My, how they fly, watching the years go by, keeping up with all the changes since you first got started. Even though some of your dreams are now long departed, one day you'll see your life from the other side of youth. Ain't nobody future-proof. Ain't nobody future-proof. Technologies will come and go like passing seasons. Get too attached, you'll feel it when they fall. Keep in mind that people are the fundamental reason why we're even writing code at all. My spirit's high, thinking about you and I. Might have met you long ago, might have met you lately. I just wanted you to know I appreciate you greatly. Friendships made along the way never grow long in the tooth. Ain't nothing more future-proof. Ain't nothing more future-proof. Thanks for coming along, singing a song, helping my dreams come true. Thanks for sharing the load, reviewing my code, and helping my dreams come true. Thanks for lending a hand, playing with the band, and helping my dreams come true. Ooh, ooh. Friendships made along the way never grow long in the tooth. Ain't nothing more future-proof. Friendships made along the way never grow long in the tooth. Ain't nothing more future-proof. And now you also see why I have a band. That they hit the right chords at the right time. And that song is really goes out to everybody I've worked with over the years, everybody that I've gotten to know. And then it's especially kind of a love song to these folks, the Breakpoints. Please give it up for the Breakpoints. As a matter of fact, before we start the next song, let's introduce a couple of the Breakpoints, because there's a lot of them, so we have to do it in phases. You've met Shloka. On drums, Mr. John Fox. On bass, Todd Moore. On guitar and dramatic vocals, Jonathan Penn. On keyboard and vocals, Ken Case. You met him earlier. On vocals and metal participation, TJ Usain. Did I get that right? Close enough. One of these years, man. And on vocals, Laura Savino. And we'll introduce some other folks next time they're around on stage. Oh, it's time for an oldie. A literal oldie. That's right, folks. We're going to slow things down a little bit here. If it's a Friday night and you find yourself alone with an old cold bass, looking at some manual memory management Objective-C code, here's a little tune you can put on and bring back the memories. Hold me, use me, then release me. Hold me, use me, then release me. Hold me, use me, then release me. If you are locking it, you must dispose of it. Yes, and if you should copy, then release so your code is not sloppy. Do I have to explain? If you explicitly retain, then release me, or release me. Yes, release me. Oh, oh, oh. Hold me, use me, then release me. Hold me, use me. Oh, 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 oh. Release me. Hold me, use me. Oh, then release me. Ladies and gentlemen, on sax, Shloka Kinney. Let's hear it for Shloka, yes. Let's give it up for Shloka. this in rehearsal. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Darling, I've been waiting to hear from you for so long. If you don't want me anymore, please, darling, please just let me know. I've been waiting here out on the heap, waiting to get a call from you. We used to have some good times together. I used to hear from you all the time. You even used to delegate to me occasionally. Perhaps you no longer approve of my methods. But darling, if you don't want me anymore, please just let me know. Just reach out, send me a single message that I'm no longer required. Let me know and let me go. And release me, yes, release me, oh, release me, oh, oh, oh. Hold me, use me, then release me, hold me, use me, then release me, hold me, use me. Auto-release me, hold me, use me, then release me, hold me, use me, then release me, hold me, use me, then release me, yeah. Thank you. The instance has left the building.
You can't take that off.
Oh, yes, you can.
Who says you should take it off? No.
You're not allowed to take that off.
Take it all off.
So how's everybody doing tonight? Excellent. The cape, what that was, anyway. Is it yours? I'd throw it to somebody in the audience, but then I realized I don't even know who owns that cape. So somebody might have, I don't know. So we're going to change things up a bit. A song about relationships. We ready? All right. Well, while we're waiting, let me introduce a few more people in the band. On cello, Mr. Ken Ferry. And on violin, as well as I Love You fiddle, Emily Kim. Excellent. Now are we ready? All right. Thinking about relationships, they can make your life easier, but they can drive you crazy. It all depends on your skill in building relationships. Thinking about relationships. The key in a relationship is something shared in common. You need that key to join entities in relationships. Well, you say you want to manage SQLite yourself, although it's error-prone. Just set the schema in the model file and leave well enough alone. But you've got scads of SQL everywhere, a maintainability nightmare. Your significant other says you're never there, although you know you tried. So just sit back, relax, use the services the framework does provide. The framework does provide. Thinking about relationships. Well, you can choose to join to one, or you can join to many. Polyamory's alright with these relationships. Thinking about relationships. Yeah, they can get you what you want, get you where you're going. Connections show it's all who you know with relationships. For example, got a brother who's got a lover, who's got a nice little restaurant. In this venue they've got a menu, then you choose the things you want. Follow the relationship, follow the relationship, follow the, yeah, here's another relationship. Got a sister who's got a mister's, got a place up in Tahoe. In the season, borrow the keys and pack up your skis. Come on, let's go. Follow the relationship, follow the relationship, follow the relationship. Say yeah. Thinking about relationships. I call to you and think you're there, but I am mistaken. Although I called, it's just my faulted relationship. Thinking about, yeah, those relationships. They can make your life easier, but they can drive you crazy. So take the time to build sublime relationships. Relationships. And let's give it up for the debut of the Breakpoint dancers. All right. How's everybody doing this evening? So we have one more song for you. And I'd like everybody up on stage. Because I was on a trip to Hawaii a few years ago and came across this Hawaiian phrase. And it got me thinking about memory management in the Apple frameworks. And I wrote a little song. But once we're all on stage, let's just... Is Adrian here? Oh, there, sorry. No, you were in my blind spot. No, because we did not introduce, making his Breakpoint debut on banjo, Adrian Eves. Let's see, who else had we not introduced? Is that everybody? Well, you met Pavan earlier, Pavan Rajan. And I never recognized him with that hat on. You may know him as Cacophony on social medias. Rob Napier on guitar. And you met Summer Panage earlier also. All righty. So we're going to do, the other thing is, I would like to invite, if she's still here, is Tamira still in the room? Come on up, Tamira. Tamira James is going to join us for this song. The song is called The Leaky Song. And we'd like you all to sing along. The words will come up on the screen, and we hope you enjoy it. I'm just going to start by strumming. Oh, me no wanna make a la a leaky ko. Oh, me no wanna make a la a leaky ko. Well, I retained and released to keep my memory policed. Me no wanna make a la a leaky ko. Sometimes my mind it will slip, causing some objects to drip. We don't wanna make a la a leaky ko. High water mark running high, auto releasing was why. We don't wanna make a la a leaky ko. I popped the pool off the stack to get my memory back. We don't wanna make a la a leaky ko. Sing along. Oh, we don't wanna make a la a leaky ko. Oh, me no wanna make a lot of leaky. Well, I was garbage collected, memory scanned and inspected. Me no wanna make a lot of leaky. Oh, but the runtime price bad for embedded device. Me no wanna make iPhone go slow. We've managed memory longer than I can recall. We look for better ways to handle it all. And though the path that takes us there might change, our destination remains the same. Everybody sing! Oh, factor to arc, it was more than a lark. We don't wanna make a lot of leaky code. A slick compiler extension based on naming convention. We don't wanna make a lot of leaky code. The tide started to drift, now the current was swift. We don't wanna make a lot of leaky code. My square brackets were gone, but reference cycles live on. We don't wanna make a lot of leaky code. Everybody! Oh, we don't wanna make a lot of leaky code. Oh, we don't wanna make a lot of leaky code. Did everybody have a good time tonight? Yes. Should we do this again next year? Excellent. That's good to hear. As the year gets silenced, I will stop. First, before we go, just a round of applause for the folks at Women Who Code. Thanks for helping them out. A round of applause for all of our sponsors. And let's sing this a few more times and then bring it on home. Here it comes. Oh, we don't wanna make a lot of leaky code. Oh, we don't wanna make a lot of leaky code. Oh, lot of leaky code. Oh, we don't wanna make a lot of leaky code. One more time. Oh, we don't wanna make a lot of leaky code. Oh, we don't wanna make a lot of leaky code. We don't wanna make a lot of leaky code. Wanna make a lot of leaky code. Thank you, Dub23. Not so very long ago was somebody we all know. Up on the stage he was the king, showing what the future just might bring. But his time with us has passed, but the memories still last. Those magic words that he'd let ring when he'd say just one more thing, one more thing, one more thing. We love to see just one more thing, one more thing, one more thing. Wish he could show us one more thing. But those days are now behind. Look to the future, you'll still find so many great things happening, so many dreams left to take wing. And so tonight we've played our show, and though it's almost time to go, we all really want to sing and play for you just one more thing. One more thing. One more thing. We're gonna play just one more thing. Sing along. One more thing. One more thing. We're gonna play just one more thing. We've been working real, real hard, and we think you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it when we play you one more thing. Yeah, music's in our DNA. We think you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it when we play you one more thing. One more thing. Everybody now, one more thing. Sing along now. We're gonna play just one more thing. One more thing. Whoa, whoa, one more thing. We're gonna play just one more thing. Once again, thank you all for coming out tonight. We hope you've had a fantastic time. There's still a little bit of time left. Grab a drink, mingle with the folks in the band. Hey, we'd like to call the folks from Women Who Code up on stage. We're gonna take a selfie. Come on up. We're gonna play just one more thing. One more thing. Yeah, 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 one more thing. We're gonna play just one more thing. One more time. Bring it on home now. One more thing. One more thing. We're gonna play just one more thing. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you very much.
Give it up for James Dempsey.
Thank you. Thank you.
The man, the legend, everybody, please.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Thank you. Have a good night, everybody. Oh, and check out our merch table. All proceeds go to Women Who Code.